Hello, I'm Edward Tarte. This is the 21st in my series of weekly religion videos for FriendlyAtheist.com. I invite you to join me as I revisit a video that I made 2 years ago. So it's old, but in my opinion it's still good and it fits in with recent videos in this series. Compared with my other religion videos, it is unusual in the location and in what I do in the video. Although I am generally considered to be a polite atheist, a Catholic priest and a Catholic lady told me that I was disrespectful in this video. Other commenters said, however, as I say, that religion deserves not to be respected. Here is the video. This is a tale of two pastors. I was one of them. The other is the pastor of the local Catholic church, whom I will call Pastor X. I am in my car parked at the construction site of a big new Catholic church to replace the present one, mainly because, as Pastor X told the local newspaper, the present one does not have enough parking space. You can get perhaps a view of the construction of the new church looking out my car window. About 50 years ago, Pastor X and I were fellow seminarians. He and I ate all our meals in the same dining hall. We were taught the same Catholic doctrines by the same priests in the classroom. We both adhered to the same highly rigid daily routine, which had as its main purpose the control of our minds and bodies. After 6 years of this, I became a priest. I then served as an assistant pastor for 5 years. At one point in those 5 years, Pastor X became a priest and began his service as an assistant pastor. Within those 5 years, my conscience changed, and accordingly, I left the priesthood of my own free will and became a math teacher, which I still am 42 years later. Meanwhile, Pastor X remains a pastor to this day. He and I are both teachers. I teach math, which is truth founded on reason, evidence, and good use of our brains. Math is a foundation of science which advances our human species. Pastor X teaches Catholic religion, for which there is no credible evidence. It postulates a God whose existence lacks proof. It postulates the falsehood that the Bible is the Word of God, and the false premise that the Catholic God guarantees that everything the Catholic Church teaches is the truth. Under the leadership of his church's Pope, Pastor X must oppose gay rights. He must treat women as inferior to men. He must support false teaching about condoms and AIDS leading to millions of deaths in Africa. He must deny me the right to a dignified death of my own choosing as an alternative to prolonged excruciating pain. And he must support education that teaches that faith without reason and evidence is superior to science based on reason and evidence. So that is a summary of how I, as teacher, compare with Pastor X as teacher. As a math teacher, I tutor some kids whose families attend Pastor X's church. The parents of these kids pay me $21 an hour. They pay their church a lot of money to support their pastor, their church, and the construction of this big new church. The money they pay me is money well spent, a bargain. Not so the money they pay to their church. Now, what is the main thing that Pastor X and I do? Well, the main thing I do is teach math. The main thing he does is to perform the Catholic Church's worship ritual, the Mass. At the high point of the Mass, by Catholic Church teaching, he, using his magical priestly power, transforms bread wafers into the body of Jesus. I am now going to give you a demonstration of this. You see, the Catholic Church says that I am actually still a priest with that same magic power. This morning I ate breakfast at McDonald's. I saved half a biscuit. And here it is. Now watch and listen carefully. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Translated from the Latin, this is my body. Reportedly words that Jesus said at the Last Supper. According to Catholic teaching from our seminary years, the following assertions are true. This is no longer a McDonald's biscuit. It is now the body of Jesus. I eat a bit of it. I have just eaten the body of Jesus. What is left over is the body of Jesus. I have just committed a mortal sin. For this unrepentant act, I will go to hell, where Jesus and his Father will have my soul and body severely tortured forever. Meanwhile, presumably, Pastor X will go to heaven, where he will enjoy eternal bliss. This concludes my tale of two pastors. To all of you, thank you for watching this video.